A billion-dollar brand is a brand that sells over $1 billion in 1 year. The leading billion-dollar brand is Coca-Cola and is followed by other household names like Pampers, L'Oreal, Nivea, Red Bull, and a host of other drinks brands like Sprite.
Billion-dollar brands are very important because they create an overall arching example of the product. It's easier to communicate a message for one particular product to get consumers excited about a brand. Billion-dollar brands are familiar. They're really comfortable for consumers to use. They're trusting, and you are saving money. You save a lot of money on managing the product. You can translate it from category to category. You give consumers something that they're really familiar with.
In terms of their importance to retailing and retailers, the stocking of these sorts of brands makes sure that consumers return to company stores time and time again. Consumers obviously want to purchase these brands, or else they wouldn't be billion-dollar brands, and therefore if retailers didn't stock them, they wouldn't be visiting their stores.
During the economic downturn, the performance of the billion-dollar brands has been mixed, much like with anything else in the industry. We've seen some products like Pantene really take a beating during the economy, while other products like Gillette or Lay's or Fritos or Doritos, those brands have performed fairly well. In fact, picking up some sales. So overall, I believe it was a mixed result.
These brands are less likely to have been impacted by the downturn than mid-tier brands or ones that aren't so important to consumers. Therefore, they would have continued to sell particularly well during the downturn, and would have been important to retailers to maintain that footfall in stores.
Like all branded products, of course, billion-dollar brands are under pressure from private label. However, we're seeing that major brands, especially in the billion-dollar category, are doing better than smaller and more niche products. What we're seeing is consumers and retailers want to have brands on the shelves that are well known and familiar, and they're also looking for values, they're looking for savings from private label. As a result, we've seen retailers really pare down their offerings their offerings on shelves, and removing some of the smaller brands and putting in private label. Meanwhile, leaving the major top 2 or 3 brands within the category on the shelves to drive in traffic into the store.